Good morning, everybody. So today's video, oh God, I am selling my soul to the devil himself. 8 fragrances to make a statement. Sexy fragrances. God, I feel so dirty saying that, man. Oh my God, I really need, like, my soul needs to be scrubbed. You know what? I really need to talk to the fragrance preacher, George, the fragrance apprentice. I think George will be able to save me. But this, in all honesty, guys, no playing around. These fragrances, I'm not joking, they really do smell sexy to my nose. And to a lot of people, they will smell sexy. Most of these are actually quite classy at the same time. So I would say more for the grown-ups out there. First one, though, is super sexy, but super classy. Very gentleman-like because the entire brand caters to gentlemen. Givenchy Gentleman EDP. This lineup, and this is not like an official bottle, this is an official travel spray, but their entire gentleman lineup is catered to guys that are all about manners maketh man. This is a fragrance for someone who knows how to dress, how to carry themselves, how to conduct themselves. This has a lot of that typical orris that adds this powdery undertone. This brand has a lot of orris or iris-based fragrances that add this gentlemanly aspect. There is going to be lavender, black pepper, cloves, cinnamon. So it has this spicy nuance. I would say it's a little bit more of the cinnamon and a little bit of that cloves than anything. But there is this black vanilla husk, tolu balsam, this ambery benzoin with a little bit of patchouli. This is a great office fragrance if you want to wear it to work, by all means. More of that manners maketh man, more of an older man, I would say. But the vanilla adds this sex appeal. The orris itself adds this gentlemanly aspect. The spices, the patchouli, and I'm not sure if there's cedar in this, but like the patchouli itself kind of man this one up a little bit. This is not rugged. None of these fragrances here, except for one, is rugged. Manly. This is a great formal fragrance. It's a great date fragrance. It's a good office fragrance. Now I said good, not great compared to date and formal, but this is a solid work fragrance. Number 2, let's go with the most masculine one in this list. Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Exotic Leather. This is the most rugged, most rough and tough fragrance in this list, guaranteed. This is quite ambery. It's resinous, loads of olibanum and lavandum. There is going to be clary sage, going to be some leather, some incense, including some rum, a little bit of a boozy accord. I said it before, and I said it again when it comes to this fragrance. This is pretty much D&G, the one with, I would say, leather and rum. A little bit more resinous as well. A little bit more polished, maybe a little bit more smoother. This is going to be from the luxury line from Dolce & Gabbana. Dressing it down, I would say with like a black t-shirt and leather jacket, just because the juice itself is a little bit more darker, all the way to a tuxedo. Number 3, this one here, oof, sexy, but most certainly classy. This is what I wish that this brand would go back to when it comes to their fragrances. Valentino Uomo 2021. I find that a lot of their fragrances in the last, I don't know, let's say 7 years, kind of gone down, like, I don't want to say like the bro path. They've kind of lost their essence when it comes to being this gentlemanly lineup. Because even like the Uomo Intense, super gentleman, smells fantastic. This smells great as well. But a lot of their newer release have just become your typical mall fragrances. I find that they're more for the young guys out there. This, yes, a young guy could rock it, but there is this sense of maturity. The young guys who do wear something like this, they are about the manners maketh man kind of gentleman. This has cardamom, it's got pepper, it's got iris. The iris itself does add this waxy and powdery undertone. There is going to be vetiver. And I gotta state, I do get this chocolatey cacao, just slightly vanilla accord to it, yet there is none of that. This as well is not original. This has some similarities to Dior Homme. Dior Homme Intense, but definitely Dior Homme. like when I smell this, when I wear this, like the bro that I can be, I'm kind of like that uncle that is crazy, that's kooky, that's kind of like the uncle that tries too hard, but the uncle that also is like seasoned and has a lot of experience. You know, I'm kind of that, but when I wear this, I feel like this proper gentleman. I feel like I'm more mature, like the bro, you know, it's like, nah, he's gonna be just sitting this one out, and this sophisticated gentleman comes out. And I'm not this sophisticated gentleman. I am a gentleman, but I am also this bro, but also a little bit of a roughneck, because I do, when I'm not on camera, I do tend to use vulgarities a little bit extra. I really truly do. I'm a bus driver. Bus drivers, not exactly prim and proper. We just ain't. But when I wear this, I do feel prim and proper. Next one, super sexy, super classy. I believe it has been discontinued, but you can still get it online for a little bit more money, unfortunately. Prada L'Homme Intense. This stuff is just absolutely fantastic. This whole lineup, I wish that they didn't axe this lineup, because this lineup is really good. Even like their Amber Put On, their Amber Intense Put On, fantastic. Now they're focused more on like the Luna Rossa line, which has some really good offerings. But I find that lineup itself is not really classy. They're more like for the everyday wear. This, yeah, can be worn for the everyday wear. If you're all about manners maketh man, you have that fashionable wardrobe, that generally outlook on life. But this is great for work. For me, this is a great date fragrance. And as well, it's got like, you can wear this to a gala, no problemo whatsoever. Oh my goodness, this does have that original L'Homme DNA, but it's just deeper and it's warmer. You're gonna get the typical iris that adds this powdery undertone. You're gonna get amber and patchouli, leather, a little bit of tonka bean, and sandalwood. Whew. Loads of iris, amber with patchouli, I find, with like this creamy sandalwood, really classy. This is like your metrosexual, like we used to call them metrosexuals back in the day. This is not rugged. This is not for like your bad boy. This is like for the guys who like to take care of like their nails, that are well manicured, well polished, well presented, really. The iris in this is just absolutely stellar. You add iris generally to any fragrance and it automatically classes up a fragrance, in my opinion. Next fragrance I would say is definitely, I can't believe I'm gonna say it, Sex in a Bottle. For me, it's more sexy than classy. It just is. There is a little bit of class with two particular notes, but for me, it's definitely more sexy than anything. Armani's Eau de Nuit. This is a men's fragrance, but I find that this easily could be a unisex fragrance, because those two notes that I find add this gentlemanly component is gonna be iris, but as well, a lot of heliotrope. This is quite powdery. You are gonna get some cinnamon and some nutmeg to man it up a little bit. I think there's gonna be pink pepper, a little bit of cedar, a little bit of amber, and I get this unlisted vanilla accord. I just do. The powderiness from the heliotrope and the iris, yes, classy. Those two notes are definitely gentleman-like. This for me is a great night out fragrance. Not so much a club, a date, a lounge. If you're looking, no pun intended, if you're looking to make a statement, a good first impression, a good long-lasting impression, this fragrance will definitely do it. With the right attire, with the right attitude, and the right swag, most certainly. Whether that's date number 1, or let's say that you started seeing one another and you haven't done the deed yet, and you wear this on date number 4, number 5, number 6, however it takes. This is a date, and then afterwards, you seal the deal, if you know what I'm saying. Can't believe I'm saying that. Sound very bro-ish, sound very like juvenile, but to me, it just is. It's the ultimate date fragrance. Next one came out in 2011, and it's super sexy, but super classy. And this definitely, most certainly, is gonna be a unisex scent that kind of leans a little bit more towards the ladies, but for a guy out there, you gotta be a gentleman. very comfortable in your skin to rock this one here. Ho-ho. Hugo Boss Velvet Amber from the collection line. So the collection line is going to be like a luxury line that really is kind of hard to come by. This used to be available everywhere. Unfortunately, not so much anymore, but if you can get it, you're going to love it, especially if you're more of a woman than anything. This only has 3 notes. It's got resin, vanilla, including amber. Vanilla, amber, with a little bit of resins. There is also this powdery undertone that adds this classiness, that adds this gentlemanly aspect to it. This, I would say, this is more classy than this. I will say that. So I do think that you can wear this to an important gala, more so than this one here. But this is also a great date fragrance. It's a lounge. If you're going to a club, more for a woman than a man. But if very much like this one here, date number 4, number 5, then afterwards, you seal the deal. All right, so I'm gonna have to try to finish this video up because the sun is really coming around that corner and it's getting very bright in here. Next fragrance, I would say that this is just sexy. Carolina Herrera CH Men Passion. This is a great scent for a young guy, but for me, I love it. In some ways, this is kind of like this. This is more for the grown-ups out there than this, but some old men like myself, if you like it, then wear it. This is not exactly the most masculine fragrance neither, because it does have this powdery iris, but there's also going to be olibanum and myrrh to add this resinous ambery touch. There is going to be sandalwood, vanilla, neroli, tonka bean, and cedar. Just woody, ambery, and powdery with a little bit of spice. This, again, for the grown-ups, for the younger guys. When the younger guys grow up, this is what they're gonna reach for. Okay, but this, date, lounge, but this is it's super sexy. And it's gonna leave that lasting impression. This is a fragrance that's definitely gonna make a statement. And last but not least, this is nothing but class and sexiness. This whole company does that. So we started with a Givenchy and we're gonna end with a Givenchy. Gentleman Reserve Privé. This, in some ways, has some similarities to this. In some ways. This has that DHI vibe, but it's gonna be a little bit different. It's not original, but it will be a little bit different. And what adds that difference is gonna be the whiskey and chestnut. You are gonna get that typical iris. There's gonna be amber, some woods, with a little bit of bergamot in the opening. Just, DHI with booze and chestnut. That's pretty much it. This is a gentleman's fragrance. This is Manners Maketh Man. Something fashionable all the way to a tuxedo. This is just nothing but class. We started with a Givenchy and we're gonna end with a Givenchy. And guys, that is 8 fragrances to make a statement. God, once again, I feel so dirty, man. I'm gonna have to talk to the fragrance preacher, man. I really do need my salvation. I really need my soul cleansed. Anyhow, guys, any reviews that I've done on these fragrances, they will all be in the description box below. But because this is such a cheesy title, and this is nothing but classy and sexy, if you want to see other videos along this lines, check it right here. And if you like the list, if you like the fact that I sold my soul, please drop me one of these. It will also help cleanse my soul. God, I am so just talking out of my ass. So you want to know something? I'm just going to end it here. Guys, I think my time to take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.